There's certainly a lot to talk about, and we have some of the best folks here to help us work through all of this evening. Joining us is UCLA professor Octavio Pescador. Dr. Pescador is a social scientist with research expertise in education and political science. And of course, our election coverage would not be complete without the insights and the expertise of our own NBCLA political analyst, Sherry Jeffy. We're going to start with Octavio right now. You just heard the soundbite from the exchange at the debate. Does this take care of the issue of them calling her a name?
Well, the fact is that when they mentioned that salty comment, as the campaign stated, it was an insult to many women. Jerry Brown was expected to issue an apology. He did, and it covers the deal.
Should be end of conversation, you think?
Absolutely.
Sherry, let me ask you this. We have that issue. We have the issue of Nannygate, if you will. Mm-hmm. Do they sort of balance each other out in the campaign, do you think?
Not from what I've been hearing, Colleen, because the Nannygate issue is a direct connection to the candidate herself. And the question is about her own behavior and her rhetoric in the campaign. Whereas, as Octavio mentioned, Jerry Brown, it was of his campaign, not so much of the candidate. And the campaign and the candidate immediately issued an apology. In fact, the statement came from the Brown campaign before the Whitman statement decrying that word was sent out. Most importantly, Latino voters, some Latino voters appear to really have been energized and mobilized to go out to vote because of the circumstances of Nannygate. They never really would have voted for a Republican, but very many of them were thinking, the Democrats aren't doing any better, let's sit this one out. Not so much anymore. And if only 2 or 3% more of the electorate come out to vote, they're likely to vote Democratic. And in a campaign as close as this is, it could be important, if not decisive.
All right, Sherry, let me ask you this, Octavio. Some of the latest polls, read about them in the LA Times, show that Latino voters came out in force for the presidential election. That may not be the case here in LA County this year. There's a lot of voter apathy. Do you think this issue will resonate and get people to the polls?
Absolutely, especially the fact that Pete Wilson is heading Meg Whitman's campaign has been an issue that many of the organizers at the base have brought up. This simply confirms that fear that many immigrants particularly, and we have to keep in mind that 500,000 new electors are in the plate, not in California exclusively, but throughout the nation, and most of them are for comprehensive immigration reform.
Okay, I want to show another clip from the debate tonight. Meg Whitman took a shot at Jerry Brown. In fact, she called him a politician as if that were a four-letter word, talking about her business experience being more important than playing politics. Let's listen to that.
My track record is creating jobs. My business is creating jobs. Your business is politics. You've been doing this for 40 years. And you have been part of the war on jobs in this state for 40 years.
All right, Sherry, let me go to you right now. Did she score points with that, lumping him in to the category of politicians? She's the fresh business person who can lead us out of the recession?
We've heard it all before. We've heard it from her. We've heard it from Jerry Brown. If she scored points, she scored points with her own base. And she may well have scored some points with those independent or swing voters who are very soured on politics. But I'm here to tell you, Colleen, nobody believes anything any politician says anymore. So I'm not at all sure that's moved the needle.
Octavio, let me ask you your take on that. I mean, she accused him of, I think I wrote down, half answers and therefore incorrect answers tonight. Does that resonate with voters, do you think,
Absolutely.
Across the board?
Absolutely. Voters are tired of this current system, and she portrays herself as someone with fresh blood, a new phase that comes in with no ties. That's her advantage, and she's trying to make the best of it.
Bottom line is the election's just a couple weeks away, and LA County, of course, may be the make or break point for both these candidates. Octavio and Sherry Jeffy, as always, thank you very much. Chuck, back to you.